doesn't look dinky, does it? Welcome, my name is Chad and I live in NYC with my partner Colin. Living in the big asshole, you have to be creative with how you design your rental. So follow along on my journey as I make over my friends and foes rental pads with my BF Colin, the Jim to my Pam, the Rachel to my Joey, the Hillary to my Hillary. And we know which Hillary I am. And don't forget to subscribe, because who doesn't love a good makeover? From Anne in Princess Diaries to Julia in that other movie about a princess. It's a princess on ice. Richard Gere puts her, dresses her up in pretty dresses and is like, skate for me. But what's even more gratifying than watching Julia say, big mistake, huge, home makeovers? Because long after Father Time has shriveled us into sun-made raisins, our wallpaper choice still stands. In today's episode, we're giving a glimpse into how we DIY'd our fireplace mantle moment. This isn't going to be a fireplace in the sense that there are any flames, real or electric. It's more a design feature. We opted not to buy a fireplace insert because we're going for the look of a fireplace that's contemporary to the building, plugged up years ago, containing rich history and the inevitable ghost of the original witch that lived here. In our last episode, we made over our living room inspired by a Sex and the City Park Ave apartment. Strike a balance between our Charlotte side and our Carrie side, even though Samantha is the true icon. I like occasional foreplay, as long as I'm the hottest of the four. This fireplace was part of that. We turned this into... So if you haven't seen that episode, pause this and go watch that episode because major spoilers ahead. I hate spoilers, okay? No one talk about the end of Lost. I'm still watching it. I'm gonna finish. I don't know. It just kind of feels like a show about a bunch of pretty people complaining on an island. You're at the beach. In our original living room before the makeover, we had your average TV and stand in this corner. So our plan? Give away the TV and stand to a friend and get the Samsung Frame TV to mount on the wall with the fireplace underneath. Our inspo was Park Ave apartment with a creamy white color palette and lots of built-in features. This fireplace would be the perfect representation of the new apartment look. Looking at the scale of our apartment, we knew we couldn't go huge. It'd have to be a quaint class act. We started by going to Home Depot and gathering materials. We bought 6 planks of wood, 10 teeny tiny little pieces of wood to use for ribbing details, a mantel shelf, 2 decorative medallions, a gallon of Whisper white paint, wood glue, and Velcro adhesive. You'll also want to grab some sandpaper while you're at it. Quick note, we also used our electric saw briefly to trim some boards, but usually they can do that for you at Home Depot. We just got back from Home Depot where we got all of our stuff for the fireplace. And the total was $173.10. This also could have been much cheaper, but they do not cut wood at Manhattan Home Depots, apparently. So I was silly back then. There are so many hardware stores that cut wood in the city. The price of this DIY fireplace is too high. One day I'll redeem myself on the price point, but the process would still be the same, just cheaper wood. Not individually wrapped fancy wood like we got because I was impatient. Back to the process. We got 6 planks of wood to stack 3 and 3 to make 2 thick posts for our mantle. We would have just gotten 2 thicker planks, but we need this to fit custom around our baseboard. Then we wood glue on the strips and the medallions. Then hang the shelf. This fireplace will be in 3 separate pieces and installed renter friendly so we can take it with us in the future. So we're gonna lay out now the whole fireplace. And this ribbing should mirror our windows. That way it looks like it's a part of the apartment. So that's what we have so far. That's the blueprint. We've wood glued these 3 pieces of wood together. We always try to wait 24 hours after gluing pieces together before we move on to the next step. And we try to put heavy objects on top of them to make sure they're really secure in place. So what we've done is we have these 3 pieces of wood. We want this to sit flush against the wall. The idea is it'll fit like a puzzle piece right up here like this. Now we have to saw a little bit off the top so the mantle can sit right on top of the medallion. Very clean cut. Just have them sawed. It's completely perfectly in line. And now we're going to glue the medallions to this little area. Then we're gonna lightly sand everything. Then we're gonna paint everything its first coat of white paint. We decided to paint the planks and the wood strips separately before gluing the strips on to avoid any pooling or guckiness in the details. So now we've painted everything a nice fresh coat of white paint. Tomorrow we're gonna start by wood gluing on those little strip details. After the wood gluing and the second coat of paint, it's time for the installation. So, the TV is up. In love with it. We are about to put up the fireplace mantle. We're gonna try Velcro adhesive because there's a little bit of an indent in the wood, so we're thinking it shouldn't stick out from the wall too far. We'll start by wiping down the wall and then we'll start putting it up. Jesus.
Sure that everything.
Moment of truth. Oh, that's perfect fit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, here's the gap. So what we're doing is we are putting a furniture pad, which is actually the perfect depth, so it lifts it up. So we want to put this log under. We got this at an antique store in North Carolina. It really does just kind of look like it's in front of something. What's really going to help is building out the bottom of this. So we just picked up this mirror. It has good dimensions because we want it to be more narrow here and longer here. And we measured in the store, it should be about right. It might be like a little, not quite as long as we want. Also, we're waiting on a little black stand for this. And then the eventual plan is to do something with this back part. So now let's just see if this looks right dimension-wise. I gotta say, in the frame, it's like a little short on either side, but like, it doesn't look dinky, you know? Does it? I don't know how much longer we could go.
I think maybe it should go from
here
trim to trim.
here.
Yeah, like the outside of the trim, not the inside.
It's not bad. It's bad. Luckily, we found a leftover vinyl plank from our bathroom reno to use as a base. All right, y'all, a lot of things have been happening, a lot of updates to talk about. There's been some stuff done with the mantle, but right now we have 3 pieces of tin backing. We don't love the way that looks. We don't want it to feel makeshift, we want it to feel like it's just built in. So we just ordered Hadab. The little things really do matter. Switching it to the one sheet, it's honestly night and day. And with that, our fireplace is complete. Let's first take a look at the before. We turned this into This was our most intense DIY yet, and it was so fun. We love it as a statement piece, and it feels so perfectly at home in our new place. Thanks for watching.